Good morning, big. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. A reminder that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets every single day, guys. We are 1 week removed from the Bitcoin spot ETF week, the launch, the announcement, everything in between, right? I mean, headlines moving the market more or less for Bitcoin is probably over. Some of us are probably happy about that. Some of us, I don't know why you wouldn't be happy after the generally speaking, lower time frame chop suey that all those headlines kind of created. But I think more importantly, we are now getting into a point where we can kind of digest a little bit as far as the flows go, as far as, kind of how the initial reaction goes, how we can move from here. But I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Jackus, Max, and Tucker. Welcome, guys. Hope you all had a great weekend. And you as well, the audience. I'm glad you guys are tuned in. But real quickly, before that, before we start cooking and sharing that big juicy alpha with you guys, we always appreciate when you guys smash that like button before we get started. And it's a Monday, so I know you guys are pretty well rested. Maybe you're a little bit hungover from Sunday. Well, I take that back. Yesterday was Monday. It was a holiday yesterday, so you had a full day off. So we have plenty of energy to smash that like button today, guys. I would love to get to 100 likes today on the stream to ring in the new week. And I'm sure we'll bug you again. Of course, I mean, we always do that, but it always means a lot to us when you guys engage and enjoy our content. But welcome. I hope everybody had a great holiday, had a great weekend in general. It's like I said, we are 1 week removed from the Bitcoin spot ETF. Everything, the announcement, officially official, the launch of said announcement, and the first few days of trading are now officially out of the way as well. How will Bitcoin be digested in the very first full week of trading? I mean, last week we saw Grayscale Bitcoin pretty significantly hammering the sell button when the ETF started launching, or when the ETF initially launched. And that's not surprising, right? I mean, that's an overhang the space has kind of had more or less for the last year, the last 2 years. DCG, Genesis, Barry Silbert, Grayscale, they've all kind of had this sense of, they've all been trying to sell some coins really since, we had the Luna collapse, the everything with 3AC, and obviously they were the lenders tied into those companies as well. So it's not surprising that we're seeing Grayscale sell Bitcoin, but I think, it's an interesting question. Is this going to be the norm that we see, where it's basically just Grayscale selling right at the New York Open every single day, or is it going to be, maybe a bit more tempered as we go forward? You have to think, and this is something that I said yesterday, you have to think that given the amount of volume that we're seeing come in at the open, it's better that Grayscale can sell as much as possible now versus later, given that the liquidity is probably better right now. The participation is higher in general. You just have more buyers to kind of match that selling pressure. But I am very curious, guys, to see how the ETF has continued to be received here over the next week, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and whether or not it signals whether or not the ETF signals, okay, the flows are positive, we're going to see another leg up on Bitcoin here in the immediate term, or if it signals, okay, the Bitcoin ETF trade, the actual announcement, maybe we cool off and start to see a bit of rotation and into altcoins and front running of the ETH ETF, which has been much talked about later this year and is certainly probably going to be approved at this point. I want to say that BlackRock has also applied for an Ethereum spot ETF. I'm not going to go on and talk about their ETF approval track record, but it's pretty damn impressive. So I think that does bode positively for Ethereum and an eventual rotation. The only question is timing, right? But we'll talk about that, of course, later on this show, guys. I think Bitcoin and altcoins in general still look pretty good up here. There might be a little bit of chop first, but some interesting setups here as we get into the week that we'll break down for you guys. Equities, I really didn't see too much this morning. I'll be honest. It's a bit of chop suey on a lower time frame, but as if you guys have been watching the show for a while, you know that this is the first day of the quote unquote window of weakness. I'm not just going to act like it's my idea. Jim Carson has been talking about this for a really long time. How are we going to perform here into the end of January? And I think the first 2 days of February, that's officially our quote unquote window of weakness for equity markets. It's when the flows aren't quite as strong and supportive for price. And we'll see what we look like, right? I don't think we've had a real window of weakness since I want to say it was probably early October when we sold off really hard. So, I mean, these periods typically do tend to matter for equities. And even if, this window of weakness doesn't deliver any substantial weakness, right? Which is absolutely possible because we had plenty of windows of weaknesses. And I promise it's going to be the last time I say that. We had plenty of them in the first half of the year that didn't necessarily transpire into any downside. So it's really more of a period just to kind of pay attention to. And if you do start to see a bit of downside, then, obviously definitely pay attention. But yeah, no, I mean, the S&P is right by the all-time high, guys. I think we can probably trade into the all-time high, maybe this week, maybe next week, but it certainly looks like it's coming soon. And I think the reaction from that level is going to be a pretty telling one on a higher time frame. But welcome, guys. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And I would love to know what you guys are seeing in the markets, and if we have any thoughts about how the market will continue to digest the Bitcoin ETF this week, as it, this is the first. I don't even want to say it's the first full trading week of the Bitcoin ETF because we had a holiday yesterday, but it's the closest thing to it. But what are we seeing in the markets, guys?
Hold on, we got a Bitcoin ETF.
All right, listen, I got to make an announcement first. I put this in the comments. All right. Currently, my mouse on my computer is charging right now. All right. So I can't even put anything up on the screen. Even if I wanted to, I can. It's charging right now. You're going to have to give me about 10 to 15 minutes. As you guys know, some of you, my birthday was yesterday. We did a little bit of a flash giveaway, and I actually gave out presents on my birthday. How funny is that? I must be a nice guy, right? But we gave away 28 free memberships to our Discord, or at least 30-day free trials of our Discord. That sold out in about 12 minutes. All right. That sold out in about 12 minutes. And I had a lot of people messaging me saying, dang, I watch your guys' show all the time. I've really wanted to try the Discord. I was really hoping to just just try it out for free. Like, I know, the code expired because too many people used it. It literally sold out in under 15 minutes. Is there any chance I could get a free code? And I said, I don't know. We'll see how tonight goes. And I woke up feeling really generous, guys. I woke up feeling really generous. So I'm letting you know right now that there's going to be some Easter eggs throughout the show. As soon as my mouse is charged back up, we're going to be giving away some more free trials. Again, free 30-day trials. This is the last time this is ever going to happen. This is only happening because it's my birthday and I'm feeling generous and I'm feeling happy and life is good. All right. But that's it. And I'm only doing it because I got so much support yesterday from people that are like, I love what you guys are doing. And I'm so bummed that I missed that free trial. It sold out too quick. So if you stick around, whenever my mouse gets charged up, it's going to be a mad dash to get there, because at the same time I drop the code here on Market Check, we're going to drop it on Twitter as well. So you're going to have to check out very, very quickly. And again, it's a free 30-day trial on our Discord, which is absolutely epic. But I just want to let you guys know, you at least got to stick around for that if you want that free trial. This is the last time it is ever happening. Like, this is it. If you wanted a free trial earlier and you missed it, this is literally it. But yeah, guys, before we really get into it, please consider liking the stream. Help us pump those numbers up. Last stream, we got almost 200 likes, which was absolutely, without a question of a doubt, a record. And we love your guys' support. It really motivates us, and we love what we do. So please consider liking. And then if you are new here, this is Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. This is your full cast. You got Jackus, Snorlax, me, Tucker, and Will's Outlook. We are live here Monday through Friday at 10:55 a.m. Eastern time, talking charts, talking price, talking narrative, having fun. It's basically an hour and a half to 2 hour long alpha dump. So it is definitely worth a free subscription. All you got to do is just hit subscribe, hit like, hit follow if you're watching on Twitter, and thank you guys so much for being here. Listen, man, I don't even know why we have the S&P 500 pulled up, because crypto's where the action is at. I haven't had this little money in my equity brokerage account in probably 2 years, because I'm so excited about where crypto's at right now, man. I think that a lot of people are going to miss what is coming, and I think that a lot of people are too prematurely calling a top. But I want to leave it there and get some thoughts from you guys, because I don't want to go on a 45-minute monologue.
Yeah, real quick. For the audience, Max tries to give away these free deals all the time, and as my role here, I have to shut him down, guys. I have to. He's always like, Tucker, can we give away free? I'm like, no, we're done. No more free stuff.
He made me shut off the last one.
So,
he made me yank it.
I did. I'm the culprit here, guys. So that's my fault. But Max, question: are you feeling good because we succeeded in a little sports gambling this weekend?
Dude, Tucker and I hit a little 10x this weekend, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker and I hit a little 10x. It was a 4-leg parlay, and Tucker and I cashed out, man. It was a clean 10x. I'm feeling really good. That was great. That was really great.
Oh yeah.
But Max, I thought we were all brokies who LARP. That's what I always see on Twitter.
I love how Will woke up like 3 weeks ago with like the Grand Canyon of a chip on his shoulder, and he just refuses to give anybody an entry, and anybody that calls him out, they just get that smoke. They just get that smoke, Will. I love the energy. But yeah, they do say things, you know, they do say things. But here's what I've learned about people that say things, Will. It only stings if it's true. It only stings if it's true. Other than that, it's just language. It's just noise. It's static. It's like when you turn the TV on and the PlayStation or Xbox isn't plugged in, and it's like, shh. That's it. It doesn't offend you. It's just annoying.
It's that one guy who says, I hate women, and you ask them why they hate women. They're like, because my girlfriend left me. And I'm just like, okay, that's a good enough reason to hate women.
I love Will analogies, man.
Will's analogies are top tier. But guys, I want to talk about the markets, because I think that what we saw last week was a very clear, very recognizable, and in my opinion, very obvious shift that occurred. Bitcoin dominance down, which I expect to continue trending down. ETH BTC God candling off of what I presume to be this cycle low. And basically, we're at this point in the cycle where I think you're going to see total 2. And for those that don't know what that is, total 2 is basically the entire crypto asset class minus Bitcoin begin to absolutely steal the show. And that's what I think is about to happen. Bitcoin dominance down, ETH BTC up, total 2 is going to dramatically outperform something like Bitcoin, in my opinion, over the coming quarter. And I think that shift started last week. What do y'all think?
Yeah, you might get something like this. You know, you might be somewhere like,
call it out.
Yeah, you might be somewhere Jan 2021 when total 2 is at about 300 bill. It looks a little similar, or you're in here somewhere where you could argue higher market cap, less volatility. We got that big pullback potentially, right? So, I mean, it's like you're either here or you're here, which are not bad spots to be in, right? For total 2 by any means. So, you can definitely get chopped on the lower time frames, but, you zoom out a little bit and it becomes clear where you most likely are. And we've done this before where we put like Bitcoin, ETH, and literally any like Sol or like the S&P, whatever, and you can see what's lagging and leading. Well, total 2 is absolutely the laggard here, right? Because it would have to come all the way up here to match where Bitcoin.
Can you do this? Can you do this? This will help your point here. Can you add on another chart? Put on Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. You could even just add it down below.
Oh, you might.
This will help your point,
like that version.
Tucker.
Put on total, put on Bitcoin dominance, new pane at the bottom. Put both in log. All right, we're gonna have to get rid of RSI. Put both in log just so you can see the previous cycle, and look at the breakdown that we had. So back in like end of 2020, Tucker, for Bitcoin dominance,
Yeah, what, up in here?
Yeah. So once we started drawing down right there, that, in my opinion, is basically where we're at right now. Okay.
Look,
Right around there.
We focus
Max.
too much on this.
Yeah.
Max.
What's up, Jagus?
Just what do you say to this comment?
Bounce doesn't equal reversal. Might be a big bounce, but ETH BTC. I hate to do this because you can't actually speak to me. You're in the comments, but I would probably respond to you with a question. I would say, why is it waiting? Why is 0.041 waiting when I can make a pretty compelling case for why Ethereum is, historically supposed to be doing exactly what it did? December seasonality for ETH USD and for ETH BTC is not something to fade or take lightly. Additionally, the ETH BTC bottom happened and basically commenced right as the Bitcoin ETF was approved, right? So it's like we have the December seasonality, we have the Bitcoin spot ETF being approved. Now there's speculation on the ETH ETF being approved. We've got a lot of new projects launching which will help facilitate further growth in the Ethereum ecosystems coming out this quarter. So yeah, I just look at it and I say, well, I mean, it doesn't have to bottom here, but I mean, we certainly look like we put in a bottom. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but to me, it seems highly more probable that it is a bottom, given a lot of what I just mentioned. And then from a technical perspective, how it looks, than there not being a bottom. I'd be pretty surprised if we just like immediately reversed. It was a pretty strong weekly close.
Yeah, so AZ says that seasonality be next year. No, and I would say no. And I think a lot of people focus too much on seasonality, like the big seasonality versus the mini seasonalities that happen while the bull run's going on. There's multiple scenarios where alts move, Bitcoin doesn't, then Bitcoin moves, alts don't, and like there's this consistent rotation at the top that happens and happens and happens until the market falls over. Not to mention, we're talking about ETH BTC. We keep on talking about ETH BTC, ETH BTC. The ETH and BTC have moved the same exact percentages off the lows. They've moved the same exact percentages off the lows. And so a lot of people are not considering that. Why do we have duplicates first off? When they're looking at these markets, they're just basically coming in and they're like, oh, BTC, oh, ETH. It's like, dude, like look at the percentage gains. They are one and the same. And so it doesn't matter which asset you hold. In my opinion, when you look at performance, no, it didn't matter which. You could have held either one that had the same performance. The only arguable point I will say that with ETH is specifically is that ETH is lagging Bitcoin by almost 100% move. So that's something pretty significant to look at. Outside of that, the ETH BTC for me is like it's the same thing. You could have done the same performance in either asset. That's why when people are sitting there discussing it on Twitter, it's like, dude, why are we even discussing this? It's like they have no difference in move. Both of their moves are exactly the same percentage out the lows. Why is it even a discussion for a lot of people? I feel like everybody wants to like pick a side, and it's like, why not just make some money? Why are you picking a side?
Well, look at this. Look at this real quick. So, I mean, if we are this makes a lot of sense to me. So, if we are somewhere in this parabola, right, consolidating either here or here or here or whatever.
Call out the dates for those just listening.
Okay, December 2020, January 21, or Feb 21, right? Up that parabola. And this is one data point, so right, take it with a grain of salt. But 84 days from the top of Bitcoin dominance to when alts really started shredding, right? Which was in March of 21, right? So if we just, lazily superimpose that onto today, right? You're looking at end of Feb, alts absolutely start shredding. And then it
That's
puts
my
in
point.
a local top, a pretty hefty local top, that is, but
Yeah, that's exactly my point though, Tucker. Is like you saw it in 2021. We had the first cycle move where alts moved immediately off of February and March in a big way. And then the blow off top alt market was more towards the end of the year. But we had multiple instances throughout the year where alts outperformed and it did really well. And so if you were like, oh, well, doesn't it happen at this one time? And no, it happens multiple times when you're in that bull cycle of Bitcoin.
So you
Or
get about
Bitcoin's bound to
6
happen.
weeks. You get about 6 weeks after the alt run starts. It's about 6 weeks long, right? So that would put a local top right at the halving, which would be pretty hilarious, honestly. So I don't know. I think we could. I mean, that would just be the the quick cycle theory, right? That we're just speed running this cycle, catalyzed probably by the ETF speculation.
I would honestly just lag it after though, Tucker. I would be like, all right, if we're February, then maybe it's March or the month after, and maybe it does follow the previous cycle. It's just I'm taking it all based off having versus like having to happen on the specific date. And so I'm like, okay, where was the having here? All right, how many months after? Where was the having here? How many months after?
Yep, there it is, Tucker.
We're having it happen near the halving.
Yeah.
This is an expedited cycle. It is what it is. Been telling you guys for literally months.
I will say, if this is going to be like every other cycle from a time standpoint, the top would be, I think, halfway through 2025.
Yeah, if we literally ran this back, I mean, that would make sense, right? Like, get everybody FOMO'd in at the halving, nuke, and then run it through 2025. And this is extended maybe because you don't have the Alameda pump, right? So
the funny part is like everybody memes Michael Saylor, right? Because he typically does buy tops. I get it. But like, if you're sitting there looking at Jamie Dimon and you're like, okay, about he joined the ETF at the top. You have no clue what you're talking about. It's like the world's richest dude that as far as money management goes, and you think he's a dumbass. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like he knows what he's doing. He's not buying the top. He is not buying the top. This market's going a lot higher than their buy position.
I mean, didn't they like create ETH essentially or fund it in the ICO?
Yeah.
So they're up a lot already.
No, the whole point is with the ETFs is they're not going to shit on their investors, right? The people that came in through them to get into the ETF.
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that?
Yeah, bro. Like, why would you invest through them though? Then at that point, right? Their investors are not us. Their investors are people that are like, Saudi princes and just dumb shit that have stupid amounts of money.
Well,
So,
I don't
like,
think they care. I don't think they care about the price once the ETFs come out. They just care about AUM, right? They don't care about price.
yeah, but they're not gonna sit there and let you buy. All right, we're gonna take it down to 10K, like some people are saying on Twitter.
That said, Tucker, if the price is going up, it does bring a public interest and then does give them the fees, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I'd say once it's a live product, they're more incentivized to kind of somewhat pin price, I would say, rather than
they wanna control the speed of the upside, I would say.
Yeah. Which is still hard to do with that much liquidity in one asset, right? It's actually not a lot of liquidity in Bitcoin.
So I pulled a Tommy and I stole the screen. I was gonna tweet this out. I'll probably tweet this out later. I was working on this. Pretty interesting how these dates line up. Or when you lose your bull market range low, you enter the deep value territory from when we entered it back here in 2018 to when we finally left and never went back to it. 504 days. And then new bull market starts. Bull market euphoria. We've got our range low. 504 days. We just left it. We're effectively like somewhere right in here, potentially, guys. I mean, seriously.
Max, that's legit what I was saying in 2021 and 22, that below 30K is the new 6K.
Yeah. I remember you saying that.
And it does make sense, it's pretty clean levels, to be honest. But what people fail to understand is that, just just what we talked about in the Discord group, right? What I talked about, the time, and what people fail to understand is the time, and they think that because of 2019 we still need to get like some of that wild COVID crash, but they fail to understand that we spent so much time being below this level this time around, unlike in 2019 where we went straight above, and then obviously we had some rebalancing to do below once again, but yeah.
I was talking with somebody the other day, Jackus, and I was like, how many pandemics have you experienced in your life? And they were like 40, right? And they were like one. I was like, all right, how many black swans have you experienced in your life? And they were
Yeah.
like 2. And it's like, think about that when you're bidding a black swan, right? Think about that. Like count on your hand how many times you've experienced a black swan. Count on your hand how many times you've experienced a pandemic. And if you can't come up with a number higher than 5, why are you trying to bid that?
Yeah, that's a great point. And to be honest, just lately, I keep hearing lots of, because I listen to quite a bit of podcasts around investing, and some of those guys they keep debating what is going to be the black swan of 2024, and maybe the black swan is that there is no black swan that you miss.
Yeah, the black swan is there will be no black swan. That's the black swan. That's everybody missed the boat because they
Yeah,
waited for the black swan, right? And it actually becomes and believe me, when all this started working out in 2022, I was like, oh, this isn't going to end well, right? But if you look at it, every historical scenario, as far as we'll call them black swans, whatever people want to call them, right? That has happened in the past. It's happened at the end of a decade. It's never happened, in the middle of a decade. So like 2000, right? 2000 was the beginning of a decade / end of a decade. And then you have 2008, beginning of a decade, end of a decade. And then you get 2019, right? 2020, beginning of a decade, end of a decade. We are now in 2024. This is the middle of a decade. I don't think we're gonna see a black swan at all, right? And that's just based off patterns. It's not even like me trying to like call any weird stuff or anything like that. It's a pattern that you just have to pay attention to. And I don't know if it's something that's programmed or something. And when I say programmed, I mean set up by the government or what. But it is what it is, and that's just the pattern that always plays. It's the beginning of a decade, end of a decade, not the middle.
yeah. That's once again, Will. That's what I talked about. The time, the time aspect is the most crucial to the markets. People are underestimating this dimension.
Oh
And,
man,
and
Will, did you tweet out the code? Did you tweet out the code?
What are you talking about?
Damn, I think Will just got 5 signups already, man. All right. I should
Unbelievable.
drop the code now because that means there's
Unbelievable.
only 23 left. Will just got 5 people to sign up. All right, we're gonna do this right now, guys. We're
It's
gonna
on
do
my
this right
Twitter.
now. I was like, wait, why did 5 people already use the code? And I was like, Will's Outlook. Dirty Will, man. All right. Will got 5 to sign up, guys. I'm gonna put the code across the bottom of the screen. Now, at the same time I'm dropping this code, Jackus is about to tweet it out as well. This is going to be a mad dash. We are only taking 28 more. 5 have already been used, so 23 more people can sign up. Yesterday, when Jackus tweeted it out, we sold out in less than 15 minutes. 5 have already been used. There's 23 now that can sign up. You might have 3 minutes to check out. All right. You might have 3 minutes to check out. So get ready. I'm about to put it across the bottom of the screen. Okay. If you want a free month in our Discord, and you will also basically get grandfathered into our current price, you'll be early to beta test BB Terminal when it comes out. This is the last time we're doing this. It's only because it's my birthday. I had to beg and plead with Tucker to do this, but here we go. Okay. Jackus, you ready to tweet it out, man?
I just did.
Okay. All right. There it is, guys. There's your code. Click on the link below if you're on YouTube. Click on the link below. It'll take you to becausebitcoin.com/premium. You can go through and check out. And if you type in code birthday bash while checking out, you will get your first month for free. Again, this is the last time there will be anything like this. It's because it's my birthday and I'm feeling generous. Again, there's now 23 spots left because Will tweeted it out a little early. He got 5 signups pretty damn quick. Jackus just tweeted it out. It might already be filled up. But guys, code birthday bash. Code birthday bash. You better run over there, man. Get in the Discord while you can, man. This is the last time we are doing this. It's the last time we are doing this. Let me see how we're doing here.
Sometimes I think, Max, people don't understand the concept of free. They think there's some kind of gimmick to it or some kind of catch, but they don't realize like you literally get 10 days free.
It's too free, Max. It's too free.
Yeah, okay. So all right, we've got oh man, all right, 5 more people just signed up already. It's been 2 minutes. Guys, it's we're gonna run out here pretty quickly again. I would certainly hustle. I don't mean to I just don't I felt bad. Like I got a lot of messages yesterday of people like pretty upset they didn't get to use the code, like they were thinking about joining for a while, and that's why we're doing it again. So yeah, we're down now. We're getting down. A lot of these are being redeemed already. So okay, 3 more just signed up. All right, we're halfway there, guys. You might have another couple minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to put the pressure on. Now, Booty Bandit, there's still 13 spots left, man. It is filling up pretty quickly, though. It is filling up pretty quickly. All right, well, let's see. Anyways, well, we can get back to the show. But yeah, guys, I'm going to keep the code up there at the bottom of the screen. Birthday bash. Birthday bash. Let's see what Will's doing here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna retweet Will's, man. We're gonna give Will a little bit of juice here. Will, where did you tweet this out, man?
It's the last tweet on my page, man.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, you got 5 from that. All right, we'll retweet Will's. We'll give him a little bit of juice. But yeah, guys. All right. Well, anyways, code birthday bash if you want the last free trial that is ever being done. Noah said, how do you know if the code worked for the free month? You will see it at checkout, man. You will type in your card and then there's a code and you type in birthday bash and it will adjust your total to $0. All right. Again, that is the last time we're ever doing it. Then you can come hang out with us in the Discord. It's absolutely a fantastic experience. But yeah, this is the last time we're doing this. But anyways, we'll get back to the show. I'm going to keep that code up there. See if I can make it smaller somehow. Is that possible? It's just so big. Actually, Will is off camera, right? So that's okay. It can cover his logo. But anyways, let's get back to the show,
boys.
How many spots are left now?
Let me check, man. Let me check. Let me see. Product catalog, coupons. Oh man, we got 9 spots left. It's filling up quick. We got 9 left. It's a mad dash, and I'm about to retweet Jackus, so it's about to be gone. 13 spots left. Uh-oh. Jackus is taking all the spots, man. Jackus's followers. You better hustle, boys. Now, Booty Bandit, you still got time. You'll get in there. Just hustle to the website. Either go to Jackus or Will's tweet, or you can go to the description below. But yeah, guys, this is the last time we're doing this because BB Terminal's dropping real soon.
I had 7 spots from me.
7 spots from Jackus so far. It's gonna fill up in a couple minutes here.
Yeah. By the way, guys, for those of you that missed this, you can still use the code JICKIS50. I know it's not free, but you still get $50 discount on the first month, so it's still better than paying the full price.
Very true.
Guys, because we ran this yesterday, and we had so many new members. The whole team was dropping like insane alpha today for all the new ones, right? And the greatest part is that this is like every single day, twice a day. Like
It's full. It's over.
Yeah.
It's
It's
full.
over.
It's done. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. That's it.
Max, look at this. Just 1.5 soul, man.
That's true. That's true. And I'm going to put up this code now for if you missed it and you still want to join in. This is basically $50 off your first month. Jack is 50. So, like Jack has mentioned, sorry, we did just fill another 28 spots. I knew it would go quick. But if you use code JACKIS50, go to Jackus's Twitter, and there's a link in his bio. All right. This is still really good value. Instead of $150, it's 100, so lower risk for you to try it. And you use code JACKIS50, you'll get $50 off at checkout. Apologies if you didn't get it. We took 28 people yesterday. We got 28 more today. There's only so much generosity to go around. You know, I really tried. We weren't even going to open it up today, but people really wanted to. They wanted to get in for a free trial. So hopefully you got in, but if not, use this code. Go to Jackus's Twitter, click on the link in his bio, and then use code Jackus50. It's still a very, very good deal. I promise you will get in there. It'll cost you $100 to get in for your first month. You will see that it is worth $3 a day. That's what it comes down to. It's $3 per day. It's unbelievable value. I mean, it's active positions. We talk to you guys for 2 hours a day privately. It's really incredible value. So go to Jackus's Twitter again, click the link and type in code Jackus50 for, I mean, this is the best deal we're offering. This is limited time also. So yeah. But anyways, Tucker, what do you got for us, man?
I was looking at the super chat and I like it, man. It looks pretty similar. I mean, if you just drag this chart to like right here, you know, and if I take this off, I mean, what are we talking about here, man? What do you think?
That looks really similar.
Yeah, I mean, just like even the wick, boom, sideways, starts moving, you know.
Yeah, wow. But see, here's the thing about it. At this point in the cycle, Tucker, full disclaimer, there's a lot of charts that look like that. Like I actually think this one looks incredibly similar, but there's a lot of charts that kind of had that initial listing pump, reaccumulation / sell-off, and now they're starting to curl back up. Not all of them will end up going on to do crazy pumps. Some of them will, right? But I just wanted to put that out there. I actually think this one looks incredible, though.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, man. You want to see it grinding back towards the previous listing high or the highs near the listing, right? You know, consolidate there, maybe dip 10 to 20% around it, and then it just sends. We've seen it pretty much with the L1 trade numerous times already over the last 2 or 3 months. I can think about, you know, Sui. It's like, you know, Remy pointed out, big time, which isn't an L1, but it's, yeah, I mean, most of these altcoins, the best ones have printed pretty much out of this pattern, right? Like you said, Max, the listing, the reaccumulation or the accumulation. And then once we kind of consolidate around the highs for a little bit, we, you know, you get into price discovery and you just send.
Yeah. And what do we know about Inspect? I'm actually not super familiar.
I don't know anything about it. I know there was one. Yeah, there was one KOL trader from the UK who was shilling it pretty hard in his Discord, but I don't say shilling is a bad thing. I just mean talking about it. But yeah, so that whole community is probably up a lot right now. So I am a little bit wary to ape here, and it does look similar to big time, but you know, you're right. It's not going to replicate it exactly. And really, you know, this is kind of a crypto thing to say, but when I put the bar thing on, you know, you're looking at like a 2.5x. I mean, it's okay. You know? It's all right, but I don't know. I wonder what the market cap difference is here. I'm going to look at it real quick. Okay, wow. So it's at 52 mil market cap, 300 mil FDV. What's big time at? I wonder what big time was at the time. I mean, I guess we can kind of. Big time's at 65 mil market cap. What is this thing at? 30 cents of 45. I mean, yeah, it's pretty similar actually. It's pretty darn similar. The FDV on big time is 2 billion though. So I mean that's the low float bull case, right? Is that the
know about the bull case? They don't know about the bull case on market check. I don't think, man. That's for the Giga Chads.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
But the chart does look good.
What do you man, WIF looks kind of cucked, honestly, but I want to, and actually not terrible. Not bad. Not terrible. I'm still a holder, but
head. Jesus.
I know.
What I was my thing about WIF is that sorry, I had something in my throat. I was kind of concerned when we didn't just go pretty much parabolic at the start of the weekend. I did think that I gave it, I wanted to give it a chance, right? Is it going to be pull a Pepe and go from a similar region, which was around the 1 to 200 million market cap region into the 1 to 2 billion market cap region, right? It pulled another 10 to 20x. I was really hoping that WIF could do something similar, but for a myriad of reasons, one of which, you have a lot of meme coins on Solana that are kind of stealing the thunder, the liquidity, and as Wabi likes to say, and very appropriately so, most importantly, the attention off of Dog WIF Hat. It kind of just hasn't necessarily had the conditions present to be able to just have that parabola, and Solana being unable to break its market structure to the upside is another reason for that as well. But I still think that WIF can pump. It's just, it makes me think more of Solana's ticker Bitcoin than Solana's Pepe, which makes sense because Solana has bonk. It doesn't have to have 2 bonks necessarily or 2 Pepe type of size meme coins, at least not yet. But at least as far as this move is concerned, I'm not sure how much meat is left on the table for WIF, which is makes me a little bit sad. It's kind of funny that yesterday was a sell the news event for WIF on National Hat Day.
So Tommy, what you're telling me is that Dog WIF Hat is not the future of finance. Banks will not be flooding into crypto to utilize Dog WIF Hat to make transactions from bank to bank.
Hey, we don't know that yet, Will. We don't know that. That's a big assumption on your part.
Yeah, my bad. I was just I thought I'd propose the question. I wasn't sure if everybody else is on the same page or not. But I guess that was a big assumption on my part. My apologies.
If it's one of those situations where you get like a meme coin that does, maybe it does what Bonk did, where it draws down people forget about it, and from the eventual top, wherever it is, it prints like a -90, -95%. I'm going to be buying some WIF. I'm just going to say that. It's probably one of those tokens that's worth keeping an eye on, even if this is just maybe a bit of a local top or the upside is somewhat muted. I'm actually, I think, more bullish on other layer ones here into the end of January than I am on Solana. But I do think that Solana can still go higher. Theoretically speaking, if you're playing the range on Sol, this is either the bottom or you could
know who that is, Tommy?
That's Derek Jeter, man.
That's you.
Yes. Tucker, that was a 10 out of 10, man. That was absolutely 10 out of 10.
How be gone, man.
Tommy Derek Jeted his bag, man.
If Sol is bottom tier, then you probably get another leg on WIF, but it's not going to be a parabola.
What do you think about Sol here, man?
I mean,
I have two scenarios.
I think Sol goes up here. I'm not gonna lie, but
AZTV said it best though. I think we need to highlight his comment there.
Which
Which one?
this one.
No.
Will, you need to be more specific with your
8:46
explanation.
is the time. 8:46 is the time.
This one.
8:46. Oh, you're on Pacific time. I was like, brother, that was an hour ago.
So he stated, so no with ETFs then. That's what they thought about Bitcoin, AZ. And then we got the ETF.
I bet Gary Gensler would love with, personally.
With is up next for ETFs.
Sol actually looks pretty good here. And I love the idea that Jack has posed. I believe it was either in the Discord or Jack has posed it very recently, that Sol has been leading the market, and perhaps we can derive Bitcoin's next move from what Sol did back in the very end of Q4, and we can continue to use Sol as sort of a barometer for where the rest of the market's going. I know, Tommy, you've been using it like that as well, but Jack has just had a fractal that I thought was pretty nice about that. Jack, is any chance that you have that fractal that you could pull up? You know the one I'm talking about? I mentioned it this morning in Discord.
Yeah. I'll just have to set up the chart. So 1 sec.
We'll give him a moment, but either way, I think if Sol makes a move to like 150 or 200 from here, one, dog with hats going to $1, which will be fun, and two, I think it's going to be the effect of the rising tide that lifts all ships sort of effect. And we know that Solana was the first ticker, and I guess also the first ticker to bottom, I guess in US dollar terms, and then also bottom against its Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs back in, I believe it was December of 2022. So it was the first to bottom against all of its large cap pairs, and it's been leading the market ever since to the upside. So why would that change now? And I love this fractal that Jackus has, man. This one is fantastic. And I see a comment here real quick from C Run. It says, damn, the code expired. C or SIII Run. That code did expire. We sold out 28 of them in about 5 minutes. I'm sorry. We can't do another one. But if you use this code, it's not free, but this is the best. And this is also limited time. If you go to Jackus's Twitter account, you have to go to Jackus's Twitter account. Click on the code in his bio. And when you go to checkout, you put in code Jackus50 for $50 off of your first month. So for 1 month to hang out in the Discord and see if you really like it, it's effectively $3 per day when you use Jackus's code, Jackus50. So I'm sorry, it's not a free one anymore, but this is pretty damn good. And this is also very limited time. So feel free to check that out. But just wanted to let you know. But yeah, Jackus, go for it.
Yeah, so as for the code, there are only 30 left. And, to be honest, like I keep on saying, people like the free giveaway, Max, that was just too free, as we said, because like seriously, the amount of alpha that's being shared around the Discord is just too much, guys. Like I'm telling you, the price is too cheap, even at the full price, right? So like the free one was really only for the lucky ones. And I have never been lucky myself. I usually miss these. Whenever there was some type of competition like this, I never won. Right, like the lucky one, right? Like a tombola, like a pick winner. Never won. But and I understand that if you miss the free one, paying now is like you sort of feel kind of robbed. But I'm telling you, it's worth the full price, absolutely. And the price will go up as we launch new products, and it will still be cheap. And right now, you still have the opportunity to get a $50 discount. All right, it's with the code JAKIS50, and I'm telling you, it's just a. And by the way, you can book the price, the current price, before the new products launch. It's an amazing opportunity, so you do not want to miss this out. I'm telling you, it's better than buying some token cheap, because we will be giving you all the tokens cheap, right? And we will tell you to sell them at the right time. So lots of alpha, guys, and do not miss this, right?
I wanted to point out too, Lincoln, by the way, the video quality this is like really good video quality. So an issue with video quality. It might be something in the settings or something like that. I know YouTube does some weird stuff too, where like you have to like up the quality sometimes. Um, but yeah, I think like people will continue to watch us. They'll continue to watch. They'll continue to watch, and yeah, they'll start buying. I think members closer to once the bull run starts flowing, and they're gonna get a lot more. You know, it's just like investing. It's just like investing. If you invest early and you can wait and you're patient, then you can really capitalize on a lot of moves. But if you're coming in and you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait, and then you come in and you buy, you could be buying the top, right? You could be buying the top. And so you have to always think about these things. Like I know tons of people in Twitter specifically. I just want to point this out from personal experience, where they got into with some really good alpha groups that are like lifetime members, and the alpha group that had like the lifetime members no longer gives lifetime members. It's now monthly subscriptions. But if you would have got in the lifetime membership, you'd have probably got in like super cheap, and you got in that on that lifetime member. You got that locked in price. Whereas like the people that come in much later, they end up paying a lot higher prices as prices increase due to demand, right? Demand increases, prices increase. That's how it works. And I think like as things go, that's what you're gonna see a lot. And it's not just us. You're gonna see it across the board, I think, like in the
I mean,
entire
we're
space.
gonna shut down the Discord at some point, man. Like we're gonna completely lock it off and only have a certain number of people in. So we'll have to have a wait list because I won't allow it to end up like a franchise restaurant where the first location is great and it gets too big and then the quality diminishes. That's not gonna happen. So I don't know what that number is yet, but we're getting kind of close to it. So I'd recommend everybody go into Jackass's Twitter, click on that link, and use his code Jackass50 because yeah, it might not be the free trial, but eventually it's going to be closed off and for good reason. But I just want to say, link in black. There was a comment. Why is the video quality low? I'm looking right now, and it's in 1080p. It looks okay. We're not streaming in 4K, but 1080p is definitely not bad. It looks to be okay on my end. So maybe you have a weak connection or you need to be on Wi-Fi. But anyways, Jackass, I'm sorry, you got this pulled up. Let's talk about it. Let's explain this fractal.
By the way, Max, do you see that for some reason on my index chart where I had all those saved up drawings, it's gone? I have no idea why that happened. It's not like everything else is there, just here, and I didn't accidentally delete it, right? If I try to like mark all of these, I cannot do that unless using control at each, right? But I wouldn't do that on all of those. So I have no idea how like that happened, that all of these disappeared. So I even had to recreate this fractal, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just TradingView rugging me. And yeah, guys, this is the fractal that we actually talked about on the Friday alpha dump here on the YouTube market check when you guys went ballistic, and we smashed the live target of 150 likes and nearly 200 likes after the show on YouTube. So Max grew very fond of this fractal, and me too, obviously. And it really shows that, you know, we keep hearing like, oh, hey, we have just, you know, hit the 62% retracement level, and there is a big resistance here, and we are on the bearish divergence, and, you know, the ETF is gone, so now we just simply have to dump, right? Well, no. So, and I mean, like, there is a probability of anything happening in life. Even a freaking asteroid can come tomorrow, just kill everything on Earth, and it's gone, right? So you never know, but the probability of that happening is just very, very small. And we can adjust, you know, certain probabilities to certain scenarios. But what I think rather happens from multiple reasons that I may or may not talk about, but but one of those why it may happen is, for example, here Sol has been quite clearly leading the rally in well, obviously it's the BTC, right? But like we've seen from the alt market narrative that Sol has been leading very well, and it was sitting on a bearish divergence at a strong resistance, right? Look at this one. quite obvious. It's the most obvious on the chart. It was sitting there on the bearish divergence. And what happened? It had one another. We'll see if it's final one or no, but it had like very big blast through, right? Like it was going up a lot, and then started to like it seemed like it's fading, right? It seemed like BTC in 2021 in April when it started to like coil, and sort of end its move and begin the rotation, right? And instead it blasted through, right? And I think we will see the similar scenario here happening on BTC, where it's like sitting on the bearish divergence. It's at the, it just swept the March 2022 high, sitting at the 62% retracement level. ETF is gone, and then, people will be here looking to short the pullback. Maybe it does provide a reaction, but then gets eaten through, and then we get that final like sort of FU upside, right? That just kills everyone's dreams of a pullback. People will be like, okay, this is never coming back. I need to buy. I'm underexposed, and that's when maybe the potential top comes. We'll see about that, but be probably like this. Maybe that's when the final top comes. We'll see. But what I'm currently, maybe not. Maybe it keeps rallying higher. As I said, I am bullish as long as the market is telling me to stay that way. But I do think at least this next higher time frame, like up, is the next, and it's
Jack is no.
I'm having, yeah.
I just want to say nobody's getting an entry. But go ahead, continue.
No, I was about to finish. Just that I have high probabilities of this move still continuing higher. I still think that, and unfortunately, I do not have the drawing saved up anymore. I'm actually gonna resave this one at least. This freaking TradingView rugged me. But as I was saying, I still am the believer that this is a major sentiment changer above this level, but it's not with a wick. Wick, listen, guys, and I'm even more certain as I speak about it. Wick gives the bears a hope. Closes above kills the dreams of the bears. So this needs to happen, right? What was that?
My wife set an alarm on my phone to take the sandwich that she made me for lunch out of the refrigerator.
It sounded like a crazy frog or something.
Dude, she always has one, and it just goes off right during market check, and I'm like really quick to hit it. And I'm like, oh man. It's a good reminder though. It's a good reminder. So Jock said, real quick, Jack, I want to just comment on this, and I want some feedback from you guys in the comment. I don't know, but Jock asked us if we had a lifetime membership. I said, no, we don't. Is that something you'd be interested? He said, yes, sir. The last group me and Will's Outlook were in had one valued at 25,000. I mean, Jock, if you want a lifetime membership for 25,000, send me a DM on Twitter, my man.
You can have it.
I'm happy to.
You can have it.
I'm happy to facilitate that transaction for you. I'll be honest. I mean, it's probably worth that. Like if you're swinging size, like it'll cover it, But I'd say until the BB terminal comes out, it's probably not worth that. But yeah, I mean, Jock, if you do want a lifetime membership, just send me a DM on Twitter. We can work it out. We were talking about doing one. We just haven't done it yet.
Hold on, Jock. Look. I participate in there. Okay, I got a lot going on, and I obviously gotta participate in many different areas, but I do participate in it. I just wanted to point that out.
Hey, what we have been doing for some of the people Lobby's been onboarding is they want to pay in crypto, and I allow them to if they pay for a full year in crypto for gold tier only. So if you want a year and you want to use crypto, you can do that.
The thing is, Max, too, is like I've never charged anybody I've ever worked with. So like they pay for whatever groups I'm usually in and stuff like that. But I've never charged them. They've always asked me, hey, can you just charge into a private? And I'm just like, no, I'm like, that's not my MO. I'm like, what? BB? I am active in that area.
That's right. Will got 6 premium signups this morning on his affiliate link. But what are these Tucker-Nachi lines you got?
I was just, using the Takanachi method and the
The famous
It works.
Tucker-Nachi method.
Takanachi method. It's a secret sauce, guys. And look at this, man. Look at this line. Ooh, what do we have here? So yeah, maybe the next one is all the way up here.
Ooh, who could have foreseen?
No,
What
maybe.
about a line from the 2019 low? Is there any Tucker-Nachi up down from down there?
It's like this will probably not.
I see it.
2019.
I see it, Max.
2019 low.
Yeah. Is there no. The 2019 low. January 2019.
You mean COVID or no?
No, I mean right there. Is there any Tucker-Nachi lines there? Kinda.
Could be. But you cannot dismiss these people. And as Tommy likes to say, I have a friend that I will not talk about that only trades based on the diagonals. And, you probably outperform most people if you use this line. End quote.
Hold on, you talking about the trend line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was using the trend line since I came in the group, and then I got labeled the
Look.
normie trend line guy, and it always plays out every single time.
Jesus, look at this one. So juicy.
It's the easiest plays ever, Jack. It's you run the trend, and when the trend breaks, it, you know the directionality has changed. It's not hard. Follow the trend. The trend's up, continue up.
Listen, so using the Takanachi method, there is the pullback right here.
Yeah. I think it'll be a little more aggressive though. Let me I'll give it back to you, but let me show you this. Let me show you this fractal real quick, man.
All right.
So you got INJ on the left. You got
Wait,
Sol
what?
in the middle.
This is
beautiful.
beautiful.
Right.
Are we going are you telling me we're going to 100K in a straight line?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's my boy. That's my CFO right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
You all are a stage of bears, and Tucker has to set you straight. That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
I think people buying INJ here, they may have been dropped on their head a couple times when they were like 3, but I will say this: if you look at Bitcoin's history, right, and again, I keep pointing it out and keep pointing it out and keep pointing out. We are coming into secular halving, blah 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 blah. Look at 2020 to 2021. Look at the move from 2020 to 2021. Nobody got an entry. It was up only for multiple months. And it's coming again. And people are going to completely miss the plot and continue to look for pullbacks that never come. They never come.
Will, what if I want an entry?
Then you just gotta buy. You got to literally close your eyes and hit the buy button. Like, don't even look at the price. Don't look at the up candles. Just buy somewhere.
But what if I'm a sideline cope or and I need an entry? Then what?
Hey, wait 4 years. You'll get another opportunity. All right, wait 4 more years.
I mean, I still think that this makes the most sense to me. That sort of like, okay, maybe I gotta do it like this one. We get some shit like this. Maybe it gets prolonged a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. I just don't know if I see sub 30K again. Like I'd be down for.
I mean, every time we hear, I'm not sure we see sub something, we usually see. But It always seems like this upside seemed unrealistic, and when we are down here, people are like, "I'm not sure we see above 48," and now people thinking like, "Yeah, I'm not sure we see sub 30." And
here's why I think we go higher than that, though, Jack. So I like this range. Keep this range up here exactly as you have it. More times than not, when you get a deviation to one side of a range, you get a symmetrical deviation to the other side of that range. All of the price action below 30K, basically starting in July of 2022 until when we just recently reclaimed that range low, we should now go above that range high. It's sort of like the beach ball underwater, or it's the elasticity or an equilibrium, whatever you want to call it. It's like a slinky, okay? We should go above that range high now and spend some time up there. I don't know where it goes, but I trade ranges a lot. And I'll tell you, if this is a valid range and it plays like a valid range, the pullback might be from the range high, so 65, back down to the mid range, which is 45, which is a big drop. And then we go back above the range high and actually make a symmetrical deviation.
I can give you the perfect comparison, the perfect one. Pull up the Qs. Use the Qs. That'll give you the idea of what this looks like. That's your 40 to 45K drop right there.
So if you drew a range from, can you draw a range like that same range that you had drawn for Bitcoin, but now here on Qs?
I really can't because the structure is different here. Like this is the range, for BTC. So as I keep on saying,
no, I'd say one lower maybe, right there,
but
right there.
You cannot do that.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Well, that middle portion right there, Jack, is kind of like a deviation more than it is like a breakout. You want to look where the confluence is the highest. It's the highest below that peak before that drop.
I cannot put another different range than this one on my chart because there is none. There is a local.
No, I was talking about
pullback.
just like where he was talking about for the pullback to the low end.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as per my analysis, like you guys are free to do your own analysis, but as per mine, I just cannot. Like, this is the only one I'm seeing on the chart. There are actually two. There is like this one, right? And there is, because I have my like own rule set of how I do stuff. So, but like I'm open for anyone defining their own ways, like the way you, like for example with fibs, right? Some people will use the bodies, some people will use the wicks. Sometimes they'll make it, and it's the same for diagonals. Like some people will, um, you know, use the body, some people will use the wicks, and I'm like, I think both are okay. It's up to each one to do it whatever works, right? But I just like I can use this one for sure, and I think it's relevant. But I do not think it's relevant in terms of BTC. As you can see, it was very relevant in terms of this pullback, right? But Bitcoin is different. This drop was to 30K, and it was way deeper. So, and what could happen though? Potentially, very much possible. I applied the same analogy for BTC, and we do get that big drop. Maybe it's not as clean as this, right? Maybe it's like this.
You could throw quarter ranges on there too, like 0.25 and 0.75. You know.
Yeah, I will.
You don't have to, but
maybe what happens is we just hit the EQ of this one and front run this support, right? That people will be looking to bid. If that happens, man, that's freaking bullish, right? Because that shows like insane strengths. Whenever you get support front run, that's insane bid. But yeah, I generally think it's hard for me to see us going just like this sort of.
Well, it doesn't even have to be that, Jackass. It can literally be sideways for another month or two. And time capitulation is just as good as downside capitulation, and then we go parabolic.
Like, yeah, but like maybe this does happen though. But for that, I would need to see this range get flipped, and ideally, because it will also depend. So like, do we basically go here in a straight line, right? And then pull back? Well, maybe we pull back way deeper.
No, I
Or
mean, my thesis is a little bit different. I just wanted to add to this. I think we just play sideways for like a month or two. Like we don't even move. We don't even move up. We don't move down. We stay between that 40 to 48K range, and we literally just trade sideways, and then do a breakout, kind of similar to the 25K to 30K range, where we just sat there and accumulated, and then ripped.
yeah, yeah. Like for example, this one. Let's use this one then. I could see something like this, right? Maybe we can make it.
I'm demanding a deviation above the range high. If this range is valid, we're going to go above the all-time high. It's symmetry. Charts, they strive for symmetry. It needs a deviation above that high.
This was the deviation.
No, that's nothing. That's a little dip its toe in the water.
Yeah,
you can't have that deviation count if the bottom one's a deviation. I won't allow it.
Listen, bear market started in April 21.
No.
This was, yeah, this is where bear market started. This was the deviation. If we get
I
another
do agree with
deviation,
Jackass 100%. Because you could see it on the bear div on the RSI too. The
Jackass
RSI
is
all
a perma bear. That's the problem. That's why he doesn't think all time high, and I do. He's perma bear.
I'm always a perma bull and perma bear because it always goes against lots of emotions.
I argued with a lot of people in 2021, telling them that was a deviation and that was not indicative of a higher move. The RSI was all telling on the move in 2021 of those two highs where you ended up with a lower high.
Listen, one thing I'm very certain of is they will not make it easy for you to get a short position or sell and then buy back lower. Like it's the same principle, just like they do not make it easy to get a long one. And it's easy if you look back. But in real time, we all know that it was freaking hard for everyone, and nearly most people are still sidelined all the way till now, right? So even if we get, like my original thesis that we go here and have the rotation, it will take time, and it will be really hard to stay, to like sell and stay on the sidelines and wait for the drop to come, because they will sort of like, even if you sometimes do sell here, they will make it drop. They will make it bounce. You will be scared, and they make it down, and you're like, oh, finally, I was right. And then there's the freaking shakeout, and you're like, no, I'm not missing the boat. You buy, and the pullback comes, and then, maybe you sell the support, and then it runs. It's just what the market makers do, and only on the hard time frame with real conviction and good experience, you are able to survive these rotations. It's like the same was here, right? Like they made this retest, and they fake it down, people calling for lower, boom. And it's like, but I could see this scenario play out. This scenario does make, like, obviously this is a meme that it's going to look exactly the same, but the idea is that we like move higher, we use this range as a resistance, we pull back, we only retest 48K, and then we move higher. If that's happening, I think the drop to 30K is not happening anymore. And this is the reason why I keep saying I am bullish until I see like, like, man, this is just too short. This is not a distribution. This at least is a distribution. Has anything like this happened, time-wise? The answer is no.
I do want to add this to your thesis there, Jackerson. I think it's something that we should probably entertain. If you zoom in just a little bit on that wick, you do have the potential maybe to come and trade sideways and then stab at like 52. And I think if you fail in the 50 to 52 range, yeah, you could have some pretty decent downside from there. I think you could short that position if you fail it, right? And that's stabbing a little higher than the previous high, and and if you fall back below that resistance, you're screwed. I think you're gonna take some significant downside. So if they come back up, because this is what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna swing high. You can see it on the RSI. They're already dropping it to the low. They're going to swing high into that 50 to 52 range, and then if they fail back below that 48K range, I would say your thesis for significant downside could happen at that position, right? But they need to fail back below. And if they fail back below that range, you're probably cooked to the downside for a little bit. Again, aka I think it's more of a range than it is. Hey, we're going to drop in a significant way, and I think 99.9999% of people are going to try and sell high and buy low, and they're going to sell high and then buy higher when the rip occurs, and then they're going to end up selling as it's dropping, and then they're going to get ripped again against that move.
So just to give comparison, guys, this is the only 3 price ranges that has happened since the end of bear market, which in my opinion was here, and then we got the deviation, right? And look at that. That's 500 days, and here we are on 40 days. I find it laughable that some people are telling me that this is the big distribution before lower. It's not. You do not accumulate for this long to distribute in 40 days. That's the time doesn't fit. You are doing it wrong. It needs to be at minimum, and this is a freaking joke because even this is too short, right? It would need to be like, in my opinion, 200 days.
And go look at the 64K all-time high on Bitcoin. I mean, look how long that one took. Months.
Yeah.
Months. Both of those. Months.
So you would still, and let's say we started here, right? So, and fuck, let's say, hope I have the same scaling time-wise. Yeah, I do. So let's say this is the distribution, right? It would still need to take at least twice more of the time. And I do agree. If we do fail, which I do not think is the case, but should we fail to continue at least in if we do not go until end of March higher, then I could see this, and it's still hard for me to see, but this could be potentially like a move that could send it, temporarily lower before reclaiming, right? Like do
But
some
during that red box, Ethereum is going to fly. If Bitcoin at least just holds up there, altcoins rip. Because that's what happened when Bitcoin was above 50K during that 64K Wyckoff distribution that you just fractaled. Bitcoin didn't go up much more, but altcoins melted face right there.
Yes, that's true. And then they had the pullback, and then obviously BTC went to make new highs. But for example, Solana in this time, it basically did this. So Solana, you would need to, and I'm gonna show it actually. So maybe like this. Let's put on the weekly, and this is exactly what happened. So you had the May drop, which was a pullback, right? Then you get the sideways, and then sure, BTC makes new highs, but it would be as if Solana went here, and instead it ripped, right? So you had 2 rips here. You had one here, and then you had another one, and that was the end. And then you got the BTC outperformance, leading the market. That was telling you that alts will follow, as I keep on saying. It's these assets, they follow each other. So it was BTC leading, and then it was alts leading. And the Bitcoin maxis, like the core ones, not the reasonable ones, but the mental ones, they kept saying that Bitcoin dominance is going up and you should avoid alts. Well, you legit rob yourselves of profits, and it doesn't mean going all in Solana. I just think it's a big opportunity miss to stack more Bitcoin, right? Because like I stake Bitcoin too, but and you never should like go all the way from Bitcoin. You should always hold some at least, and then just look to swap some of it and then get in more. But this was an opportunity cost. Yeah.
Yeah. What I find interesting, actually, if we're talking about Solana, have you looked at the Sol USD chart next to the Sol market cap chart? Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't.
Look at it. It's very interesting because Sol has been relatively diluted, so you can see the difference there. Pretty crazy, huh?
Because you have the token inflation.
Yes.
Right. So
I think a lot of people are overlooking that, where Sol might not make a new all-time high, but in market cap terms, it might potentially. So I think
it will. Solana will make new all-time highs.
Okay, true. Sol makes a new all-time high, but I think the chart that probably means more is people should spend more time charting the Sol market cap chart than just Sol USD.
Yeah, this is definitely good thing to mention, and I think one of the worst tokenomics is Gala. I'm not sure if we get the market cap chart, but it's token dilution. It's just crazy, and to reach new all-time highs for Gala, that would like the market cap would be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot find the market cap.
They probably don't even have it on here because nobody cares.
That's true. I was hoping there would be like they do it automatically, like a index, for each token. But
Yeah.
No, it's Gala.
Yeah, Gala's another one of those like Matic tokens where the biz dev always finds a way to pump their token at the right time. So you get nothing and then it all happens at once.
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying it doesn't run, right? But yeah, I mean, even if you look at Matic, it's not that bad, to be honest. They're relatively the same charts, right? We see the high being taken here on the market cap, not here, but it's not that bad. Just like with Sol, it's not that bad. But some of the tokens, it's no good. It's no good. And yeah, this Matic is just looking very good here in my opinion on this retest, on this weekly retest still. But like trading it is pretty fucking tough because even if you bought here or here, like you keep getting these retests, and that's like you are expecting, and you never know though. That's the hard part because you never know. Some of these charts, right, they will just make this retest and they continued higher from here, and some of them will just nuke back to the support, and you never know that. So diversification, guys. But this is looking very, very solid.
But Matic, I feel like, is just, there's all these new projects coming out, and if we're talking about an ETH L2,
for sure, I know what you're gonna say, Max, and that's what I keep on reminding. We gotta compare the same market cap tokens, right? We cannot compare. Like sometimes people will be like, yeah, but I'm gonna hold injective instead of ETH, and I mean like you're comparing apples with oranges. It's not in the same category, you know. Just like you do not compare Apple with some freaking local, food store or something. It's just completely different market cap company. And if you are comparing ETH, you can compare it with Sol. Okay, that does make sense. You compare ETH with Bitcoin. You compare ETH with maybe Ripple, maybe BNB, but everything else maybe Link, right? But more of the others is just like nonsense. You can compare other tokens against ETH because you're looking to outperform ETH, and outperform BTC, right? And I mean, it's good if you are looking to outperform those, and it's good if you are trying to do that in, for example, injective. But like saying that, injective is going to outperform ETH, well, duh. Like, it's always like like if the market is going up, all the low market cap coins will outperform the big market cap coins. It's always about the risk. And some of, like, it's a gambling, basically. It's what it is with the lower market cap. So yes, if the market really goes up, then there is a good chance some of them will outperform, some of them will not, and many of them, if not most of them, will go back to zero after the run up, right? Like the same way they outperform on the upside, they outperform on the downside. And it's just really about the scaling. Like, even ETH goes down more than BTC, but then goes up more than BTC. Just as simple as this. Like, I'm still like like I feel like we are debating whether the earth is flat or round. Like, come on, guys, grow
Well,
up. It's 2024, man. Like it's different market cap. Seriously, just adjust.
Oh, hang on. I don't know anything about this. Let me steal the chart. Okay. What do you guys know about Tau?
I have
TAO.
I know that Tommy and I fumbled it real bad in May.
Okay, someone in the comments said Tau looks like ETH. And I brought ETH back to when it was like nothing. And I kind of can see it. Like it would imply, what's the market caps though? Like, what was the market cap of ETH around here? And what does Tau do?
Tau is an AI infrastructure and computing coin, and it's the new cycle shitcoin, right? And I know I will probably butthurt many people, but it's the new revolutionary tech of the cycle. There are no big holders. You wanna have this one, right? But keep in mind, they are all shitcoins. Solana, it became Solana only in the bear market, not in the bull market. In the bull market, it was revolutionary tech, and that's Tau now, right? It will pump a lot after this higher time frame pullback. And that's, by the way, why I keep on reminding guys, you want to diversify, you want to rotate from Tau. If it pumps so much, you want to take partial profits, rotate them, and compound, because other coins are now mooning and Tau is not doing anything, right? And that may feel very, very it can get you under the pressure. And once again, we are back on the time aspect, right? And the time aspect is that many will not take this, as Tau keeps making lower lows and lower highs, while they will see, I don't know, say Sui mooning right now, and they will have the tendency to dump the Tau back and chase the others. And then the moment that happens is when Tau starts to pump to new all-time highs, while the other stops, right? And that's the reason why you want to be in more than one coin, or more than, it applies to anything, like being more in other assets as well. So yeah.
I did want to point out one thing, Jackus, and that was I remember a call to buy Sui at 43 cents in some location. Do you guys remember where that location was?
No.
Wasn't it in like one of those apps? I think it's called maybe like Discord or something like that.
It might have been.
It was indeed, Will. It was.
Yeah, I remember it was in some room with like a yellow logo. I think the name started with a B.
The Because Bitcoin Discord. Oh, okay.
Where was 43 cents at, guys? I'm just curious on that.
Tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. That looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good.
Good.
Just thought I'd casually throw that out there.
We like saying Tia more than Sui, don't we? Is that a collective? or no?
Say and Tia more than Sui. Yeah, I do for sure. I mean, I'm getting ready to absolutely shove into both Manta and Dimension in the coming this week, and probably next. Dim will be out next week, I think.
I got into Sui with Will as well. I was getting in at 77 cents. It was just before the raid, but I was getting there on January 5th, and then it spent a few days bouncing around it, and then suddenly, I was patient. The pimp came, but good job, Will, because he was mentioning Sui really in the yellow logo Discord early, and lots of people faded him, right? Lots of people talked shit, and this is him putting the middle finger back to their faces.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is that I'm just trying to highlight, like, we do try to provide value for the people that are there, helping us grow and helping us move as we do for you guys here in the YouTube and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as our best calls, they typically happen in that yellow colored Discord with the B somewhere's in the name.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to look into Sui, man. There's so many new projects coming out. It's hard to keep track. I do have some
made
exposure
a post on
to
it. Max, did you look at my post?
When?
Literally yesterday.
No, I'll go read it. I do have exposure to
97,000 TPS. Soul is 69.
Wait, Sui's 197,000 TPS.
297,000 TPS.
How many users? Irrelevant.
It's literally like it's 6 times faster than Soul.
Does it
That's
need
not
to be
irrelevant
faster,
at all.
though? Like,
that's transaction speed. That's how much it can handle before it shits the bed.
I do not care what's the narrative as long as there is some. Like,
yeah.
All right, it's faster, cheaper, whatever. It's the new revolutionary tech.
Dude, that's where I'm at, Jack. Is I just want to know if there's a cult behind it. Like, I don't really care, man.
But Max, let me just highlight it. Just let me lay the groundwork for you, okay?
All right,
the narrative will follow. The narrative will follow. It's the team from Facebook that created Sui and Aptos, right? That's part of the narrative. 290, so 6 times faster than Sol, right?
Okay.
A new token. It's literally 1 year old, and it's 1.5 billion, whereas Sol is currently 40 billion. Where do you think the money will chase?
They're probably going to chase TIA because of the airdrops.
I mean, well, I agree, but I do not think once again that we can compare Sui with Sol. Like, they are not the same category. Obviously, Sui is going to do better than Sol.
Yeah, that's my whole point, though. That is my whole point. But yeah, you get it, Jack. You get it.
But I think, as Max is saying, what you want to do is be like, what does better, Sui or TIA? Or Say, right? Those are the fighters in the same club, right? And you want to compare those for different time frames. Like right now, Sui is the one outperforming. But what is going to outperform the whole cycle? The one guy that's playing these cycles? Are you the one guy that's just playing for the next 14 days? Those are the questions that will differ for everyone. So yeah,
I can tell you this. I mean, it seems like the cult communities right now are TIA, mainly TIA, and probably Say. I feel like I've seen a lot of cult like community around Say. It's like, oh, like it's the soul of this cycle. And wait, which project had the founder that hacked the CIA allegedly?
Monad. No, it was Tia. Was
it Tia?
Yeah. You know what community TIA reminds me of is Cardano. Honestly,
dude, that's actually a compliment. Like, it's kind of a diss, but also a compliment because they ran it up to $3 last cycle.
Yeah, I think it was more of a diss, but yeah.
I meant it both. I mean it as both technically. From the sense one, the token pump. That's all that matters. But in the dis sense, like it's the same as Cardano because all you can do on it is stake. Like that's the utility of it right now. But
You hit the
I mean,
nail on the head, Tommy.
it
Because like,
like
if you look at it
it's got the
from
cult community though, so the token's gonna pump.
yeah, but if you look at it from like a token standpoint, it's literally the worst out of all the picks. It's got 20k TPS. That's that's what Say is. Say is 20k TPS. So yeah, you can stake it. You can stake, but like that narrative is going to run out relatively soon. I think in comparison to other chains.
When did TPS become the end all be all? Will I don't understand.
When you're in a full on bull run, you'll see why. It became very much. This is why Solana shut down multiple times, and this is why they got shit
Solana
on in the middle
also
of the bull
ran
run.
up like 10x this year.
No, yeah, but that will slow down in the bull run because once the bull run comes, they're going to get congested again, just like before.
Yeah, that's fine, but it's not. I don't think TPS
Man,
equal
can
price.
someone explain me what Charles is doing? Like I see him here on a desert with a bird on his shoulder, then I see him being on some freaking Antarctica meditating the other day, and
Don't
then
forget he ocean dives too.
Yeah, he's the dev is doing something.
Yeah,
That's what
Doing
it means.
something.
World.
Is he deving? Is he
Yeah,
the
he's
dev is
deving.
deving?
He's deving. Yeah.
there you go, with the chart going through him. Boom.
Jesus, man.
That is hilarious.
Man,
That chart's got to be on top, by the way.
I feel, guys, just looking at the TI chart, and I'm gonna be the father here, and I think it keeps going up, like it's going sort of slowly, efficiently, right? It's not doing like some of these crazy, insane, exponential escape bumps like we usually see at the end of the bull market. But I have a feeling that one day it will drop like maybe KNC, if you guys remember how KNC dropped. So
I
not
do.
the way, yeah. So you do, to me, right? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
do.
about. And I was live with it back then, so I remember exactly as well. And that's probably because before I started to talk about this, I just saw that it's giving me the impression. And then the moment I started to talk about it, I remember the fractal, and mm, like it may not go as deep as KNC because KNC was a freaking shitcoin, and Tia's probably who knows, but it's a new cycle coin, right? And we are early in the cycle. But I do think it will like have a large wipeout, maybe similar to Luna in May, something like that, and then it continues higher. But I do not know when it is, but I see like this slow grind up and then like one candle, and then it gets bought up. It gets bought up. There is a consolidation and it starts moving up again. But like I think it will not give many people chance to get out of TIA when it happens. And I would advise taking partial profits. Can you pull out KNC actually, Tucker?
What was it? KMC?
KNC was so funny because it was like
N like a nano.
Kyber network.
it was
Yeah,
so funny, man. There were like two market makers that had the entire supply of this thing.
Oh no.
Can you go on a USD?
Yeah, do we need more history?
Binance. Yeah.
Hey, that one
I
actually.
scored at the top of this coin actually.
Binance chart.
I bet Will would like this coin. This looks bad enough for Will.
Can you use Binance? Yeah. You need to type USDT usually, but this one's good. Yeah. So it's when it ran exactly at the end of 2022. If you zoom in.
End of 2022.
Yeah, zoom.
Oh, in here.
Yeah. So look at how like efficiently, and go on a daily though. Go on a daily. Yeah. So zoom in a little bit. Right. So see how efficiently it was moving up, and it was despite the market going down. Like the whole market was going down, And KNC was like, slow grind up higher and kept making new highs, and then suddenly just woof down, and there was no retrace. And I'm not saying like it ends like TI ends the same, but like this slow grind up gives me the same vibe that there could be like quick flush and more like Luna style, to be honest. And like if I remember, like May 2021 Luna type. Maybe if you can put in Luna.
2021 Luna.
Yeah.
The thing about staking is that it makes it, it's very reflexive, right? I mean, you take supply out of the market, you take float out of the market. It becomes increasingly easier to move price when the market conditions are bullish or they shift to bearish.
2021.
Hmm?
May 2021.
Here? Oh, wait, May.
21.
Jeez, that was all the way back here, man. Wow.
Yeah. So you see, this was like people are bullish, and then there was this very quick, sharp sell-off, and it actually ended the weekly the same way that Bitcoin has now. And there was just no continuation. It consolidated and then ran higher. So this is something I could see for TI happening. So maybe like a combination of these two.
So you think TIA is somewhere where in here?
I have no idea. Like it can keep going higher for a while, but I could see that with each new high, there will be new apes full of leverage, whether it's a margin coin or just futures.
Yeah.
And then there will be this quick liquidation cascade that just wipes the market. And unless you are taking partial profits, you will not be given an easy chance to take the profit, really, and you will be forced to either panic sell or pray that it bounces back. Like I could be wrong on this one, but it's just giving me the feels there, and I just have to advise what works for me, and that's taking partial profits.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And maybe we go to like 30, right? It's at around 20 right now, 19. So maybe it goes to like 30 or maybe even freaking 40 this way. We'll see. And then maybe there is like a drop to $10 back in a quick succession. We'll see. I have no idea, but like it's giving me the vibes, and when I get these vibes, it's I tend to trust them.
Yeah.
But it's just like I do not want to fight anyone's backs. I could be wrong here. Just giving me the vibes, guys.
So you're talking about TIA, is that correct?
Yeah.
I think through airdrop season it's safe, but maybe after that, we'll see. But there's just so many airdrops lined up for the first half of this year.
Yeah.
And I think that will maybe even, that's true demand, but artificially inflate price because everybody wants free money. But then you're going to get a mass exodus once there's no more airdrops lined up to keep people invested.
Yeah.
And then she rugs. But I think we have multiple months before that happens.
We'll see. Maybe now that they got in the the retail money in, the willing buyers for the airdrops, right? Maybe that's when it rocks, and then to shake them out, and then it continues with all those airdrops. That's also possible. I'm just both are possible for sure. It's hard for me though to see it like just keep going straight up without any proper retrace and going all the way until May. I do not see that happening without any proper retrace though.
Well, it has had some pullbacks. Tucker, let's take some measured moves from like highs to big lows. It definitely had some retraces,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. But if you look at this chart, it's just basically going straight up.
No, lower. What's the wick down there, Tucker?
If you want to do that one.
Yeah, that was a retrace.
Yeah, let's
from
see.
that high to that low.
probably like 40%.
Yeah, I mean that's a pullback. You know, it's a fresh chart, so it looks compressed, but I mean it's nuked. You know,
it did, but that's the problem with and I like when I'm talking about these nukes, the one on Luna that was like minus 70, minus 80%. The one on Kenzie, well, it was like minus 90, but like we'll see.
I mean, 35, 25, 40, 25. I mean, those are not small pullbacks.
here's my strategy with TIA. I have mine staked right now, all of it. I want these airdrops. When Ethereum is approaching 25 or 35 to 3600, I will probably be out of not just my Ethereum, but probably out of everything. So I feel like as long as the king of the altcoins, Ethereum, is strong, and I think that ETH is looking very promising right now, I'm not really worried about beta. I'm not worried about SUI or SEI or, I mean, anything, TIA. As long as ETH, the king of the alts, is strong, everything should be okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
if ETH drops from 3,600 to 2,700 in a month, that's going to be a problem for everything. And that's when you see ETH drop 30 or 40% and TIA drop 60 or 70%. That's when that happens. But I literally just view everything as like I'm long ETH and I'm long stuff that's going to outperform ETH right now. But as soon as I want to get out of ETH, I get out of everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out kind of to Jackus's point, because if you go to the 5-second chart over there, not to you, not to you, Jackus, but if you go to the 5-second chart, yes, T has had many drops. The point I think that Jackus is getting to is when we're talking drops, go to let's go to SUI, for instance. Go to
You
SUI.
like the monthly there, Will?
Go to SUI.
Put on the monthly.
So, do you see how SUI has this multi-month drop into a price range, consolidation low, into a breakout? That's more of what I think he's reaching towards versus, saying it hasn't dropped. Is that it has to just have that big distributive zone that distributes, causes everybody to lose hope before it bounces and then rips right back up to the upside. These are the atypical moves that you're typically looking for a pullback versus, hey, has it had a 40% drop or not? Because if you look there, Sui had multiple 40% drops, 20% drops, but it ranged into a specific low before it actually popped off again. And it did that at like a very low volume, low liquidity zone. Like, can you turn on the volume real quick, Tucker?
Do what?
Turn on the
The
volume real
volume?
quick. hmm So if you look at the volume here, you could see that volume going into that low was like basically decaying. It's getting lower and lower and lower. RSI strength was also dropping on that same price zone. Whereas if you look at TIA, it's like volume just keeps peaking and peaking and peaking and peaking. It's basically looking like an implosion waiting to happen. Very much like what happened with Luna, right? Luna got absolutely obliterated because of that same pattern where it just kept increasing volume day after day, month after month, and just kept playing to the upside and never took any breaths on its way up. Now it doesn't mean that TA can't go parabolic and continue to go parabolic. It definitely can. But you're basically in a ship in the middle of the we'll switch it up. You're in a submarine in the middle of the ocean, 3,500 feet under the water with a bomb, right? That can go off at any moment, and you're like, let's not go up to the surface yet and get on the ship and get away from this bomb. We're gonna ride it out a little bit longer and see how far we can take this. And when that bomb implodes, you're not going to be like McDonald's, and I'm loving it.
So on that note, we're looking at Caspa.
Yeah, our man Peter Jackus, do you know how to bend Orphy?
No, that's not from my country.
Those little dashes above it throw me off, but was asking about Caspa a couple times. Is this the longest chart? 002? Yeah, it's got to be.
In Czech, Peter is better.
Huh?
I actually like that pattern on Caspa.
Hang on. Here's the deal. I'm going to just tell you guys. I'm going to steal the chart. I've got the Caspa charts, okay?
Yeah, Max does have the alpha.
I got the alpha. This is
Max. I watched Max spend hours and hours on these charts.
But Max,
yes.
we are not 1-to-1 ratio right now.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the like button.
Oh God, turn the chart off. Turn Tucker, get the soybeans up. Get Tucker,
Okay,
hurry,
all
get
right,
the
all right.
soybeans up. This is
I have the
unacceptable.
soybeans loaded.
Get the soybeans up. Put it on the 1 second chart. Guys,
Look
this
how
is what
quick
happens.
he is.
This is what happens. Look at what Tucker's doing to you. Now you get to watch the soybeans on the 1 second chart because we don't have enough likes. Guys,
Enjoy.
I was about to drop some Caspa Alpha on you guys, but now here we are watching soybean cash contracts from Pepperstone trading on the 1 second chart. So listen, guys, we have 100 people watching and we have 91 likes. Guys, we need to run it up to 100 likes. Guys, if you are enjoying the content so far, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It does wonders for the channel. It does wonders for our growth. And we are so appreciative of your guys' continued support. So if you can just take one quick moment and hit that thumbs up button for us, or if you're on Twitter, hit that like button for us, which is really easy. All you got to do is just hit that heart button. You're obviously already signed in. That would be epic. Thank you guys so much for the support. Furthermore, if you are new here, this is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We are live Monday through Friday with this full cast of characters: Jackus, Snorlax, Tucker, me, and Will's Outlook. Basically a 2-hour-long alpha dump, 5 days a week. We talk charts, price, narratives, generally have a good time. We love hanging out with you guys. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the YouTube or following us on Twitter if you are just coming across us. Right now, we're watching the soybean chart on the 1 second. And the reason for that is it's punishment. This is basically Chinese water torture. You're laying on your back and there's a fountain dripping water onto your forehead. Yep, you get to watch Tucker draw bear flags on soybean cash contracts on the 1 second chart because we don't have enough likes, guys. If you want the real alpha, we're 3 likes away from 100, guys. If there are 3 of you out there who want to save the rest from watching Tucker chart bear flags on the soybean chart on the 1 second time frame, we just need 3 more likes on the stream, guys. We need 3 more streams, 3 more likes on the stream, guys. All right, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. This is too painful.
Easy trade, man.
I'm taking it back. All right, guys. It's all love. We're just kind of, we're kind of joking. We're kind of not, right? Like, we want the likes, but fuck the soybean chart. Who cares? But anyways, guys, here's Cass. Actually, let me just adjust my chart. This is like enormous. Let me see if I can. That should look a little bit better, maybe.
Who is this joke and why is he bullying me?
Why punish us from Jackus's beta mouth? Dude, Jackus is the biggest Giga Chat of all time, man. Jackus is like an unbelievable soccer player. He'll just kick you in the head. It's Giga Chad. All right. So talking about Caspa, man. Look, first major swing high before the big sell-off. Major swing low after the sell-off. Simple fib retrace. 1.5. Also, note the clean interaction at 0.5, guys. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Very clean interaction. Bullish reaccumulation pattern as we break out. And now we are sitting here above the 1.618. This is concrete. It doesn't want to break. It does not want to break. Now, we're going to extend this. We're going to pull up a prime example here. Hang on. Hang on. Give me a second. We're doing it on the fly. Hang on. Everybody hang on. Don't do a damn thing. Okay. Nobody move. Okay. Hang on now. Here we go. Here we go. We're almost there. Everybody stay patient. Okay. We're going to look at Solana from last cycle. A little Soylana. Same thing. Same exact thing. Hang on. Hang on. Almost. Okay. It's quick to do this on the fly, guys. Really testing myself today. Okay, this is a lot to fit on one chart, guys. Same exact thing. Look at where we're at right now, guys. Solana was a top performer last cycle. Yes, I know one is proof of stake, one is proof of work. I know They are nothing alike technologically, but the charts are the charts. Patterns replay. It doesn't matter if it's proof of work or proof of stake or proof of poop. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Why do we chart ETH against Bitcoin? They're nothing alike, right? We chart anything against anything. That's trading. But guys, I'm only interested in here. First major swing high. So fresh chart here on Solana. Fresh chart here on Caspa. First major swing high. First major swing high. There we go. Bullish reaccumulation pattern. Bullish reaccumulation pattern. Look at what happened after. It would not surprise me that sometime this year we see Caspa up at $1.30 to $1.50. It would not surprise me at all. It would not surprise me at all. There's your Caspa Alpha. Boom.
Listen, Jock was just joking.
Of course he was.
All good, man.
Of course he was joking. There's
not about this one though.
You should see Jackass's jawline, man. It's like a Japanese knife, you know, chiseled and sharp. All right, guys, we're gonna end it here. We've been going almost 2 hours. We had a crazy, crazy giveaway. Man, should I make one more code just for like 5 people? Should I just quickly make a code, get 5 more people in? We had so many people not get in.
Guys, imagine that BTC just engulfs this week, the past weekly candle. Imagine.
It's going to, dude. I mean, what are like?
No, I think it needs to take like at least a few more weeks, right? Not doing that in 1 week.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and call it like that. We'll just kind of do this. See, that's holding structure, right?
But you're on the H4. That's what I talked about. You know,
Yeah.
the people will look at H4 and say structure is broken, I'm shorting. And then the market teaches them the lesson of H4 time frame.
You know how many people, Jackass, that I've seen doing this? I'm shorting this. The top is in forever.
I legit said that during the live stream on the drop. I said that this is going to start to happen.
Everybody's gonna short there. I'll be honest. I'll probably throw on a hedge, but it's gonna get blown out.
And you know what? I'm gonna long there.
I wanted to point out one more thing before we shut down.
Here's what happens real quick. Sorry, Will. We're gonna go like this. Oh, my short is in profit. My short's in profit. Oh no. That's what's gonna happen.
Why did the market makers
and what they're gonna do is they're gonna retest this. This is now gonna be demand. This is gonna be like a 2-day order block right here. We're just building demand. They're gonna come up, short, retest demand, and then new highs. Boom. That's it. That's it.
So I wanted to point out one other thing before we close down. And that was it was another thing that was talked about and called in that I believe it's called Discord with the yellow logo and the B is in the letter.
Yeah.
And it was AMD. I think it was around like $65, $70. Can we pull that up real quick?
No, we've been going 2 hours. Well, I can't do this right now. I'm fried.
Yeah.
I just wanted to look at where it's at.
You can pull it up. Well, you gotta pull it up. Then I can't be your chart chart mule
I'm not
right
in
now.
front of it, man. I'm not in front of it.
I know. I'm not doing it. We're 2 hours into a stream. We've been talking since like 7 a.m. in the Discord, then right to YouTube. That's it, bro. That's it. We'll do it
Guys,
tomorrow.
I have one last question for you. Will Cardano ever trade above $2?
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus. All right.
I wouldn't want to own it. I'd rather own something else, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You know what that sounds like, Max? That sounds like Max Cope. That's what it sounds like.
Wait, guys, did you hear Soul's dropping a new phone?
Are they?
It's coming in 2025. I just pre-ordered.
Bro, I ain't buying no soul phone. I don't care how many airdrops they
Hit me
do.
on my soul phone, Will.
Dude, Sol looks good here. Look at this chart, man.
Hey, don't let Tucker sit here and LARP to you guys. He doesn't even have soul service. He uses his Wi-Fi.
Of course I use my Wi-Fi. Why would I pay for service, man? I still have an iPhone.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Man, I'm legit looking at Cardano versus Sol chart. It's looking good.
Dude, look at this chart. Would like dump this thing. Look at it. Dump it.
I mean, it's gonna dump, but the question is how deep, and is it going to retest the supply just above it? Right? Like you can draw a squiggly where it dumps below the local 2Os and then goes higher. And then
It's gonna do this right here.
Is it? All right. All right. I take back.
Yeah, take it back. That's it right there. Yeah, that's it.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Guys, we got to call it here. We've been going for a long time. Guys, thank you so much for being here. As always, this was Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please like and subscribe before you go. And yeah, to all 28 of you that managed to get the flash sale, congratulations. We're happy that you're in. But if you were unable to get that, definitely check out Jackus's code. You can go to the link in his bio and then type in at checkout Jackus 50 for $50 off of your first month. So all in all, you basically get to try our Discord and our premium services for $3 per day. That's the next best deal. That's the only deal that's coming about until it expires. So definitely check that out. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. As always, please like and subscribe. And also, if you want to just join the Discord, it's always available to join. You can check out the first link in the description below, becausebitcoin.com/premium. Again, that's also in the description below. And you can check out our website where you can see our services and actually sign up. And again, if you use code Jackus50 at checkout, you will get $50 off of your first month for a limited time. All right, I'm going to kick it over to Tommy to say a final farewell. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. Fun stream today.
Thanks, Max. Yeah, we definitely had everything in this stream, guys. We had alpha, we had giveaways. We went for 2 hours. Hopefully you guys were smashing that like button. I'm going to set a higher bar for that like button later this week. We're going to bring some of our extra alpha. I know Will had something that he wanted to share, so that's something that we'll probably save for a certain like threshold later this week. So y'all better bring it if you want to get that big juicy alpha, of course, as always. But shout out to you guys for being here as well. Happy Tuesday. It is the first week post Bitcoin spot ETF launch. We continue to await how the market will digest, both in the short as well as intermediate term, right? How this ETF will continue to play out from both, like I said, from an immediate flow standpoint, as well as kind of how the market interprets that going forward. But that's all from us, guys. Make sure to tune in for Market Talk with legendary King Wabi at 4:15 to 4:30 Eastern time. That's typically when it gets started, right at the end of our Giga Chad call in the afternoon. And of course, make sure to be here for Market Check tomorrow morning at the same time as always, typically starting a little before wait, I'm getting my time zones mixed up. I think 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's like I said last week, guys, I'm in like the weirdest time zone possible. And it always throws me off when I'm thinking in Eastern time zone lingo. But yeah, Market Check around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Typically our starting time a little bit before that. But we appreciate you guys being here as always, like I said. But that's all from us, guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, a great rest of your week. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. And thanks again.